Do you have what it takes to be a student leader on campus? If you want to learn more about how to wow the admissions committee and show them that you are a great fit for their program, stay tuned. Before we jump into the topic today, I want to remind you all to sign up for our monthly newsletter. There are so many great things going on. If you missed out on the March edition, don't let it happen again. This is your opportunity to sign up for our next edition and all the newsletters going forward. We have a lot of great things in our newsletter, from upcoming conferences, scholarships, all things that are happening within MKN mentoring, freebies, and so much more. And the best thing is for the free 99. So why wouldn't you join? I'll wait. Go to the link down below and sign up right now. Join the MKN family today. We want you. Come on. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alrighty, let's jump in. A lot of students are involved on campus, but when you think about a good student leader, what are some qualities that come to mind? When I think about a good student leader, some of the qualities that come to mind is someone that is able to create an environment that other people want to join. Someone that is able to go through hardships but still prevail. Someone that is able to work well in a team and then also able to delegate tasks when necessary. There are so many qualities that make up a good leader, but that's just to give you a few ideas. On your AMCAS application, you'll be able to demonstrate these qualities in three major areas. The first one being extracurricular activities, the second, volunteer experience, and the third, clinical experience. Let's dive into extracurricular activities first. Let's go. The list of extracurricular activities that you can include on your application is vast. You can include executive board positions. You can include competitive sports that you've done while in college. You can also include businesses or organizations that you started as a student. You can also include things like being an RA or a resident assistant. This is the area where you can be so creative and also set yourself apart from other applicants. So you definitely don't want to sleep on this section of the application. When I was a student on campus, I held several leadership positions, from being the president of my pre-health society on campus, from serving within my sorority, and then also being an RA on campus. And that's just to name a few. Throughout the application and on the interview trail, I was able to speak to the joys of being a student leader, but also able to speak to some of the difficulties that I had to overcome as a leader and how they made me a better applicant for their school. The one hardship that I could remember vividly, and I talked about all the time during interviews, was when I was president of Charles Drew Minority Pre-Health Society. And each year we would take the executive board and general body members to the annual SNMA conference, okay? And we would pay for the members to go because, of course, we're college students. Money was a little bit hard to come by, but we would sponsor people to go on the trip with us. And that year, our funding had been cut. So we're sitting in an e-board meeting and we're going over the logistics, the numbers, and realizing that it may not be possible for us to go to the conference this year. I was shook. And I just remember thinking, not during my presidency.
Not on my watch.
We will not go to the conference. We rallied together, we put our minds together, and we were able to fundraise enough money to be at that conference that year, okay? We usually flew to the conference, but that year I packed my executive board and the general body members on the bus and we got to Kentucky. I still remember that conference today vividly, and that was almost 10 years ago. That year, we became closer as an executive board. We became closer with our general body members because we had to take that journey from New York City all the way to Kentucky. It was an amazing time, and being able to overcome that circumstance made me better as a leader because I knew even though things may not have seemed like it was going to work out, we were going to figure it out, and we did, and we still had an amazing time. Being able to speak to the challenges does not make you weak. It allows the admissions committee to know that you are resilient and adaptable, especially while working in a team. Those are the skills that you're going to need in order to be an amazing physician one day. Your volunteer experiences is another area where you can show your leadership skills and then also show your humanity towards your community. I believe that being a good physician first starts with having a true heart for your community. I know a lot of students may feel like community outreach is just something that they need for their application and may not see the true importance of it. However, I believe that your genuine compassion translates into how you care for those same people once you become a physician. Are you empathetic? How do you speak with people on varying socioeconomic levels? Do you truly care about the people that you're taking care of? These are just a few questions that you need to ask yourself while you're doing your community outreach. There are so many different ways that you can serve your community, whether it be at church, at a soup kitchen, beautification of your community, also through various clothing drives, and so much more. Every community project may not be for you, but it's important that you pick something that speaks to the type of person that you want to be within your community. As a college student, I spent a lot of time at the Boys and Girls Club. I guess it's not a surprise that I'm a pediatrician today. But while I was there, I started a girls group, and it was such a blessing because we were able to speak about varying topics that they were going through at the time. And we were also able to just commune with each other. They had a role model, and I had someone that I can pour into. It was a great experience and an experience that I can speak to or I spoke to deeply while I was in the application cycle. If you are someone that is looking for a letter of recommendation from your volunteer experiences, it would be important to have a volunteer experience that you have longevity with, something that you've been doing for a few months or even a few years. The directors there will be able to speak to who you are as a person and give you a strong letter of recommendation. I won't stress it enough that you need strong letters of recommendation. The volunteer experiences that are one off are amazing, but it will be very hard for them to truly give you a strong letter of recommendation in the end. Some of you may be wondering, why did Dr. Norte include clinical experience in a discussion about leadership on campus? When you're thinking about your shadowing opportunities, being with a physician, shadowing them, doing the traditional clinical experience is completely fine. It will get you in the door of a medical school. However, some students are taking it up a notch. They're doing projects with these physicians, especially during the pandemic. There were a lot of students that were involved in projects around the vaccine, risk of COVID, and so many other topics that they were able to speak to during their interviews and in their application. So, if you have the opportunity to not only shadow a physician, but also complete a project with them, this is going to set the bar even higher and set you apart from your counterparts. When it comes to going to medical school, there are 8 AAMC core competencies that they are evaluating you on: capacity for improvement, cultural competency, ethical responsibilities to each other, reliability and dependability, adaptability, service orientation, social skills, and teamwork. Exhibiting leadership skills on and off campus is a great way to show the admissions committee that you hold the capacity to demonstrate these core competencies as a medical student. Okay, mentee, there you have it. Those are different ways to show your leadership skills when you're thinking about pursuing a career in medicine. Of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alrighty, mentee. Bye bye now.